You know, there's a virus out there that the World Health Organization has on its watch list, one they see as having real pandemic potential. It's called Nipah virus, and its story is, well, it's a pretty chilling lesson in just how fast a disease can jump from the wild right into our world.
So let's start with a bit of a puzzle. What could possibly connect pig farmers in Malaysia with fruit bats in Bangladesh? The answer isn't just a piece of trivia, it's actually the start of a massive global health detective story. A story that jumps across continents and species, all circling around one incredibly dangerous little pathogen.
And here it is. This is the bad guy in our story. Under a powerful microscope, you can see these tiny teal spheres. Those are the Nipah virus particles, literally bursting out of an infected cell. It has this strange, almost beautiful look to it, doesn't it? But make no mistake, this virus is one of the deadliest we've ever encountered.
To really get a handle on Nipah, we've got to go back in time, back to the place where it first exploded onto the world stage.
Okay, so picture this. It's 1998. In a small Malaysian village called Kampung Sungai Nipah, pig farmers start getting sick with this terrifying brain inflammation. By the next year, 1999, it had hitched a ride on infected pigs all the way to Singapore. Scientists were scrambling, and they finally identified this new killer, naming it Nipah after that first village. The toll was just staggering, a 40% fatality rate, and to stop it, they had to cull over 1 million pigs, an absolute catastrophe.
So they contained it, but this massive question was just hanging in the air. Where on earth did this virus come from? I mean, yeah, it was in the pigs, but how did it get to them in the first place? The hunt was on.
To find the answer, scientists had to think about something called a zoonotic virus. It's just a term for a virus that makes the leap from an animal to a person. And that first jump? That's called a spillover event. This is a super important idea because it's how so many of these new diseases, including Nipah, get their start.
After a whole lot of detective work, the trail finally led them here. To fruit bats, specifically these big ones from the Pteropus genus. Turns out these bats can carry the virus around without even getting sick themselves. That makes them the perfect natural reservoir, just quietly spreading it everywhere they fly.
Now this is the aha moment. It's incredible. In Bangladesh, where they started having these outbreaks almost every year, researchers got smart and set up infrared cameras. And what you're seeing here is the smoking gun. A fruit bat caught in the act licking a stream of fresh date palm sap, which is a really popular local drink. And this just lays it out perfectly. It's a tragically simple chain of events. Step 1, an infected bat contaminates the sap with its spit or urine. Step 2, a person comes along and drinks that raw sap. And step 3, boom, the virus has jumped. It's a direct and incredibly deadly path from wildlife to us.
So, the virus has made the leap. But what happens next, what it does inside the human body, is what makes Nipah so unbelievably frightening.
You know, the really sneaky thing is how it starts. At first, it just feels like the flu. You get a fever, a headache, maybe a sore throat. But then, it can take a nosedive fast. We're talking severe brain inflammation, life-threatening breathing problems, seizures, and eventually a coma. Sometimes all of this happens in just 24 to 48 hours. And that brings us to the most chilling number of all. In some of the outbreaks, the case fatality rate, that's the percentage of people who get sick and then die, has hit as high as 75%. Just let that sink in. 75%. That is one of the highest fatality rates for any virus we know.
Look, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from a research paper really nails why experts are so worried. You've got the animal host, the bats, which are everywhere. You've got a total lack of treatments or vaccines, and then there's that crucial piece in the middle, deforestation. As we cut down forests, we're pushing these bats into closer contact with us, creating more and more chances for the virus to spill over. It's a true perfect storm.
All right, so understanding the danger is one thing, but how do we actually fight back? The good news is there are definitely ways to break that chain of transmission we talked about.
And you know what's amazing? The best solutions aren't always super high-tech. Check this out. This is a genius, locally made invention from Bangladesh. It's just a simple skirt woven from bamboo that they place over the pot that collects the sap. The whole goal? Just physically block the bats from getting to it.
So did it work? Oh yeah, it worked. The data is just crystal clear. On trees without the skirts, bats got to the sap 83% of the time. But on the trees that were protected, That number dropped all the way down to just 2%. A simple, cheap idea that basically solved the problem. Incredible.
And that simple idea leads to some pretty common sense advice for all of us. The best way to stay safe is to just avoid getting exposed in the first place. So that means not drinking raw date palm sap, washing your fruit really well, and staying away from any sick animals. And for the amazing healthcare workers on the front lines, it means using strict protective gear because, yes, Nipah can also spread from person to person.
Prevention is absolutely crucial. But what about the people who do get sick? Well, that brings us to the next chapter in this story, the urgent, ongoing race to find a cure.
Okay, I have to be completely straight with you here. As of right now, if you get Nipah virus, there is no specific pill, no licensed vaccine, no magic bullet that can cure you.
So what doctors do is called supportive care. Basically, it means they manage your symptoms in an ICU. They work around the clock to keep you hydrated, control the fever and seizures, and help you breathe, maybe with a ventilator. The goal is just to keep your body going long enough for your own immune system to have a fighting chance.
But, and this is a really big but, there is absolutely hope on the horizon. Scientists are racing for a breakthrough. There's a special antibody treatment that's already been tested in people. The antiviral remdesivir has shown it can work against Nipah in animals. And maybe most exciting of all, a vaccine that uses the same tech as one of the big COVID vaccines is already in advanced trials. The race is definitely on.
Which really leaves us all with this final massive question. Nipah is a warning shot. As we keep pushing into wild habitats, bumping up against wildlife, encounters with new viruses are, well, they're inevitable. So the real question isn't if another spillover will happen. It's, are we going to be ready when it does?
Hey, if you found this explainer helpful or inspiring or just plain interesting, please do us a huge favor and share it, like it, and subscribe to the channel. We've got more coming for you soon. Thank you so much for watching.